Thank you for joining us today on the program Woman to Woman. And our discussion today is going to be on breaking barriers. You know, women leading in Nigeria today and Africa today did not just do something small. We want to explore the stories of some women if possible, but we want to see how they navigated their way, how they cushion all the difficulties, how they managed to get to where they are today. And I have such a woman in the studio with me, and we're going to be talking about breaking barriers. You will agree with me that we have quite a number of young girls who have left the track, so to speak. They have missed it altogether. You know, with this education is a scam, going to school is a scam thing that is going round the heads of young girls, we're beginning to wonder if tomorrow comes, we may be able or we should be able to find 1, 2, 3, or 10 girls from each community that will stand to say, yes, we are assertive as women. We want to get to where our mates stop. We don't want to stop somewhere. We just want to be unstoppable. We want to be women. We want to be like a woman like Okonjo Iweala, who says you cannot be another Dora Akunyili, and great women in our society today. But the path to that success is usually very tough, and the feeble-minded cannot go through that path, okay? So how are we as women, how are we going to mentor the young ones? How are we going to encourage them to be able to break these barriers and become somebody tomorrow? It's not be a bad idea now when a woman comes up tomorrow as president. If we're not bad, you know, to find a woman president in Nigeria. Women are presidents in some countries already, which is a plus for womanhood. But we're looking at Nigeria, we're looking at our immediate society to see how we can do that. So one of such young, beautiful women who have been able to break the barrier is here with me in the studio, and she's going to be talking to us about experience. She's going to be talking to us about challenges faced. She's also going to be talking to us on the steps to achieve this breaking of barriers by women. She is girl rights activist, a philanthropist, a beautiful young lady who is in the forefront of educating the girl child on the right path of life. So join me as I may welcome Angel Reme Aseng. Okay, yeah, because that Aseng was something. So how are you, Angel?
I'm very
Nice to see you.
Thank you for having me.
It's beautiful to be seated beside you to talk about this because
You're
I've heard about your work.
as well.
I've seen what you're doing for young girls.
Thank you.
So how has it been?
We give God the glory. It's not been easy, but we have a vision and we are pushing with it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's look at the girl child. What is the problem of a girl child, generally speaking?
Okay, I would say that generally speaking, the problem I would say the girl child have is more of society.
Okay.
Yeah. So we as the girl child, because I am a girl child, we grew up and our environment, what's it's being pushed into your mind is you have to be attractive, you know, you have to grow up well so you can get married well, you know.
Get a good husband.
Yeah, get a good husband. So most times it's just factored around that. So most girl child, it's not put in their head that as a girl child you can dream. You can create, you can innovate, you can cause change, you can be the change that we want in Nigeria and the world at large. So I think most times I would say one of the major problems is our society and our environment. So it's actually what they say, tell me your friend, I will tell you who you are. So the place, or rather the environment we as girl child grew up in plays a major factor in our upbringing.
Explain to me that environmental factor. How do we surmount that environmental factor?
Okay, well, I would say in today's society, it would be very nice if this is not to the girl child alone, but also to our parents who were once girl child and are women. So it's nice for we, the girl child, to have somebody to look up to in our environment, our immediate environment, in the society. So it falls on us as we, the grown-up ones out there, to try and build a legacy that the younger ones will be able to look up to, which is what I, as a person, am actually trying to do.
Okay.
You know, they need mentors. They need people who are not far off, that are not people that they feel that, oh, I can't easily reach this person. They need people they can easily talk to, they can share things with, and they can get better understanding on how to pedal through life. So I think, yeah, so environmentally, we need to create that in every environment we live in. We need to have mentors. We need to have people. Yeah, the pastors are trying, the various, probably mosques, they are trying and all of that. But then we need people that are easily accessible for this girl child and people they feel safe with.
Okay, let's look at the environment again, because the first set of persons a girl child meets in an environment is her parents.
Yeah.
And I know for sure, okay, let's take me, for instance, growing up, you know, now where my mama no reach, now she tell me, oh, okay. So my mom was like, you have started your period and all of that. If you sit down beside a boy or a boy touch your hand, you don't get belly, straight up. And you know, that kind of instills fears in us, you know, until we started home economics, and then your home economics teacher tells you something different. And then you begin to question your parents and your upbringing. Now let's look at the role mothers play in this, because even as you and I are speaking, there are some mothers who believe that the boy child should cross his leg, sit in the sitting room with a remote control and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, what TV, what football or something, while the girl slaves in the kitchen.
Yes.
Or slaves in the sitting room trying to sweep and, you know, all of that. Let us look at how to disabuse the mind of that mother first.
Yeah. So oftentimes, the girl child are usually stereotyped. You know, there's this stereotype mentality around them, in the sense that they are the ones that have to clean, they are the ones that have to cook, they are the ones that have to do. As the first child of my family, family of 7, so I know what that means.
First,
first child, so oftentimes I have to be the mom. Yeah, it's not like my mom wasn't there, but the mentality is that they are training you. We are training you to become a good wife that your husband is going to be proud of. But we, the girl child, we are more than that. We are more than a figurehead to be kept at home. You know, women these days are breaking barriers. They are doing things. They are doing wonders. I feel women are very smart, extremely smart. If we are allowed to actually show what we have within us, we are really, really smart, and we can actually do a lot. So
when we are not allowed, are we not supposed to break forth?
Then they call it stubbornness. You are growing wings. You are trying to do what you are not supposed to do. You know, so it also comes, that's where the mentor actually comes in. Most of our parents, I feel personally, they need mentorship. Then when I was growing up, there was this old disciplinary thing around that you can even see a mother pouring hot water on the child, saying it's part of training. You know, those things are not supposed to be. You know,
that's abuse.
Yeah, that's abuse. They need to understand that there is abuse. There is the way you can correct a child with love. There's a way you can make the girl child at home feel safe, that they don't go out there and they have somebody else that is mentoring them into something that is bad, because they don't feel okay at home. Most girl child, they are not free enough to talk to their parents, especially their moms. They are not free enough to open up to their mothers and be like, okay, mommy, this guy or this guy is talking to me. Example. Because there is this fear within them. You know, there is this limitation placed on them. Why the boy child is just out there, and you see most of them, a boy child of about 25 years and above, they can't even cook. They can't make something as simple as probably pasta. Is that bad? Because the girl child, they are putting a lot of responsibility on her, and the boy child, in a way, is even being neglected.
And then we are helping the society to raise men who will become patriarchs tomorrow.
Exactly. So it is the responsibility of every parent to make sure that the boy child and the girl child are trained to be valuable to the society without any stereotype. You know, the best we can do as Nigerians and as parents is to raise up children who will not be a nuisance. You don't get to hear issues of rape if your boy child is trained adequately.
To respect a
you
woman.
understand? To respect a woman. You don't get to hear issues of a man beating up a woman when they value the woman, when that girl child at home is being taken seriously. You know, it's the way they see them being treated at home and they just devalue them. But if in their home, or rather in every home, the girl child is being taken like the gem, the treasure that she is, you know, we won't have most of these issues that we are having.
When a girl child is being devalued, how can that girl child, you know, free herself from that?
I would say it's not easy, actually, because when a girl child is being devalued, you have things like emotional, the girl child start becoming inferiority complex, you know. When they are with their peers, they feel there's this mentality of having to meet up. You want to belong. You know, when a girl child is being devalued at home and she's out there, they will do anything to belong. They will do anything to be accepted. That is what is causing most of these issues that you see. They are out there. Peer pressure can be easily swayed. But if a girl child is loved and treasured, and even when a guy at a tender age is telling her probably I like you, she's telling the guy like, okay, my dad tells me that all the time. You know, we should learn as parents to tell our girl child at home and together with our children, I love you, and they say, I love you back. There's nothing bad there. Yes, actually, there's nothing bad there.
Did my mother ever tell me that she loves me? I know that she loves me a lot. But did she ever say that?
Exactly. We need to tell them you are treasured, you are valued, you know, you are beautiful, you look wonderful, you are nice, you are made for greatness, you are made for impact. You know, when you tell them these things, it builds up on their head. They know it. They feel it, and then what you are producing is you are bringing positivity to the world. The person you are letting out there to go into the world is not a nuisance. The person is filled with passion. The person is filled with the I can do spirit. You know, unlike what we have nowadays, we just have people trying to struggle to make money, and the parents telling the person that probably look at this person is making it.
Mate.
Look at your mate, and then the child is trying to meet up, no matter how it is, good, wrong, or bad.
Okay, so if you're still one of those women who would tell the daughter, see your mate, or is this how you are going to marry? We are warning you now. You have to desist from that. Train up your girl child the way you're training up your male child. They are equal. With all of this, I'm not sure our girls will be having problems. Now, you have reason to quite an enviable state in life. You have tried for yourself. I followed your story.
Thank you.
And how did you break forth? What's your personal experience? How did you become the Reme who is talking so bold, who can have girls under her wings that she's mentoring positively now? And I'm interested in that story. Just tell us a bit of it.
If I start my story, we won't end.
Just tell us the one way bring you to limelight, you know, because one girl is watching, one mother is watching.
True.
At least with this program, mothers should be able to talk to their daughters like equals, like normal human being, not do this so because if you marry your husband abuse me, I will not take that. What's that? Or a girl is getting married and you are telling the girl, see this is my house, no space for you again, no. Because you have gone to marry, you remain that. You see all those errors, according to my brother Elder, we need to address all of that. Your daughter is getting married and you are telling that your daughter, there's no space here. That means, peradventure, the husband suddenly becomes abusive. She can't come home.
Exactly.
She should stay there. Error. All right, so tell me about that story, that beautiful story that I want to hear.
Okay, well, the story is actually very deep and a very long one. So I would not call, I would not call my life a perfect life. Yeah, it's been struggles. It's been trying to understand who I am as a person, trying to understand my purpose and my vision in life. But then, to sum it up, at the end of the day, as a human, I've made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, as a girl, I would not say probably early pregnancy, yeah, but then it happened. I'm a mother of one and a proud one at that. But then I didn't allow that.
You're not married?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I'm talking about. That's why I said from personal experience, the girl child is one we should value, one we should instill in them the reason why they should, you know, they should address
be assertive in life.
Yeah, positively, you know. it was not a journey that was easy. My daughter was 2 months when I took her and went back to school, because I asked myself a question. I said, is this how Angel is going to end? Is this how it's going to be? No, I am more than this. I am better than this. I am brilliant. I am wonderful. I am powerful.
It was just a mistake
Yes, I faced a lot of depression, but then I had to go back to my drawing board. That's why, as girls, I do tell most of my girls I talk to, I say, marriage is not the end of it. Marriage is just something that complements you in life. It's not like the main purpose of you living. Most people, they get married, most ladies.
But unfortunately, that is the mindset.
Yeah, which is wrong. Most ladies, they get married and then you forget your dream. You forget that little dream you have as a little girl. When you are watching your movie and you're like, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be this, I'm going to cause change. And then when we get married, it's just all about how to make my man happy.
You lose your identity.
And then you lose your identity. You lose yourself, you forget yourself, and then you become a shell of who that man actually met. You know? And then when he's going out for somebody else, you start feeling why? Because this is not the person he met. He met a woman with passion. He met a woman that was passionate about life, that had a drive, but then you lost it. So for every woman out there, you have to pursue that purpose, that legacy that you have always wanted to build. Even while you are married, a mother, you should look for a way, you know, to still do that thing that you want to do. Still be passionate about what you want to do. Don't just end there. Don't end as a tailor. You can become a fashion designer. You know, don't just end as a restaurant owner. You can become a chef. You can go higher. You can dream bigger. You know, I tell everybody, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. You can be that. You can be that next big thing.
So what were those things that moved you to dream this big dream?
Okay, well, one day I think I just sat down and I looked through. Like, I'm an avid reader. I always read, and if you read a lot, you will know that you fantasize a lot. Good. You live the life that you are reading. Yes, actually, as a reader. And then I'm like, this thing I'm reading, is it just for books? Is it just these people I'm reading about? Is that it? Can't this thing become reality? You know, we hear about these big names. Is it like far from us? Can we attain it? And then I told myself, yes, I can be that next big name. I can be the next big thing. And you don't start when it's perfect. You know, it can be like a zigzag circle. Just start anyhow. And then later it becomes a perfect circle. And that's just it. I don't have a map I'm working with. I'm just doing what I love, pursuing that dream. Are there others? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. Are there times where I cry myself to sleep? Yes. It's life, it's hard. But then you wake up and you wake up stronger. And there's something I always tell myself. I've been through so much in life that I tell myself that, you see this thing I'm going through right now? Angel, 1 year from now, on this particular day, you will laugh about this thing.
Okay, we'll take a very short break at this point. Let's take a very short break at this point, and when we come back, we will conclude. Do stay with us. All right, thank you so much for joining us again on the program, Woman to Woman. And I'm talking with Angel Rieme, and your name kind of suits you because being an angel in the lives of young girls is something very huge, okay? So you went through the rank and files to get to where you are. You experienced the pains, you experienced the frustration, and all of that. Now, talk to this girl who is having similar problems now, who is finding it so difficult to break forth. She's got a dream, but she does not know how to achieve this dream. She cannot break this barrier because she feels that we're in a man's world where the men rule. Fine, we're not contending, but we're also saying that the woman can also rule side by side a man. Simple, you know? So talk to this girl who wants to be like you, who wants to be like me, who wants to be the next Okonjo-Iweala. Because tell you the truth, I was discussing with a group of girls not too long ago, and I discovered that no vision anymore, no mission anymore, no self-worth anymore. These young girls are just interested in living big, finding a boy, regardless of how that young man makes his money. In as much as there is money and then the pump money comes, she can eat what she want to eat, wear the kind of hair she want to wear, dress the way she wants to dress. That is just life. So if we have young girls like this, who becomes the next Okonjo-Iweala? I cannot be president of this country. I'm hoping that a girl will become president. Where will that girl come from? When we have young girls with this kind of mindset? Auntie, talk to us.
Okay, when it comes to the mindset of a thing, the thing is you can or you can force a horse to the river, but you can't force it to drink water, as they say. So I will say that our schools need to play a major factor in this, right? We need to inculcate having probably a self-development program or whatever in part of our schools. Yeah, they need to instill this thing right from when that child is coming up. You know, I think there's a parable that
catch them young, nip it in the bud.
Exactly. Because now, like you said, the same thing I experienced when I talked to a couple of people. You know, what are your dreams? What do you want to do? And things. And it's not like what they are saying is bad, though. But then you're just like, you want to do more? I will learn hairdressing. I'll open store. I'll have my guests. Or I learn tailoring. And then I'm like, this life, we pray we live long. It's very long. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And they probably will live up to 100. And you're going to repeat this every single day. Don't you want more? It's going to become boring. You know, that is why we have to have that dream. Just put it forth. What do I want to do? I just have it in your mind. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy. How do I go about that? You know, I want to leave a legacy. Where do I start from? You can create. Most girls now are going into tech. It's not bad if we do that.
Beautiful. Yeah,
tech is something that is dominating the world now. Innovations. You could think, what is the next big thing I can do? And then just start. The people who built Facebook, Microsoft, they don't have two heads. You know, and we need to learn how to watch. Most people are used to watching just normal movies. We need to learn how to watch intellectual things, you know, so that we can own those skills and also apply them to our normal life. So I think these are the steps we need to take as girls. And then the schools too need to put this thing in their head.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's what I would say regarding that.
Let us address the fear of the unknown, because every girl who is in a position of comfort does not want to leave that comfort zone. Even when that comfort zone is not good for her, even when that comfort zone is poisonous to her system, she doesn't want to live there. I don't know what tomorrow will be. You know, that kind of attitude. Yeah. Let me just a bread at hand is better than chin-chin in the show glass. That is what they will tell you, you know. That kind of mindset. How do we disabuse their mind from this fear of unknown? How to take a risk, take a leap of faith for you people who go to church a lot.
Okay, so now, like you said, rightfully so, most girls, they're just probably with a guy, probably married or not, and then you are living the big life, using the latest phone, wearing the latest hair, you know, latest clothes, and you feel, yeah, I've made it, you know. But then, what if something happens? And it's like everything disappears? Where will you start from? You know, where will you start building from? That fear should be bigger than the fear of you starting at all. The fear of losing it all. Anything can happen. No man wants a liability for Christ. I don't think there's any man out there that wants a liability. You as a woman, you should build yourself up to the standard where you can rightfully tell your daughters, look at me, be like me. If, as a woman, when you have a child, you can't tell the child, be like me. Error in capital letters. Yeah. If you can't tell your child, you can't look at your daughter or your son in their eyes and be like, I want you to live like me. Be like me. Then you know you're not getting it right. Wow. Yeah. So that fear should be bigger than, you don't want to have a child and they are asking your child that, who do you admire? Who is your mentor? And you can't even come up in their list. Why? Because you didn't make anything for yourself. You didn't build anything.
That's
and then
painful.
very, very
That's
painful.
You
very,
hit,
very
you
painful.
hit that nail too hard.
Very, very painful. And then mind you, when you get to your 50s, you're probably realizing the times you've wasted, and then that's when you want to start all over from the scratch. But how would you even start? How far can you go?
But is age a limitation?
Age is not a limitation, but then I normally tell people in our lives, we have our morning, we have our afternoon, and we have our evening. Right now I'm in my afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, what I do with my afternoon is going to determine how my evening is going to be.
Like.
You understand?
And probably your night
Exactly. So you can't, there's time, Ecclesiastes say there's time for everything. You know, there's time to eat, there's time to sleep, time to reap, and time to sow, and all of that, time to plant. You can't use your time that you are supposed to use to build and you're using it for something else.
Okay.
You understand? So you have to use your morning rightly, your afternoon rightly, your evening rightly, but then age is not a limitation because you should realize.
All right, Rene.
Yeah.
This is it for today. I wish we could go on and on and on, but unfortunately time is not a friend.
No problem.
So as a woman, you need to start now and be able to say to your daughter, be like me. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.